What's going on, guys? Mac here, bringing you another little video. Just got done working out. Finally got a little bit on the interstate. Decided to talk about something that was a little bit on my attention, or something that occurred to me these past like 3 or 4 days. It's been very consistent too. It seems like no matter what, even if I drink coffee, even if I don't drink coffee, even if I drink water, etc., no matter what, within like a mile of my morning run, I have to take a massive dump. I have to go poop. And I know this may seem like a TMI, whatever, but it's something that's really starting to bug me, because I've been trying to get more cardio in, more regular cardio in, and as some of you folks may or may not know, I like working out in the mornings when it's right before work. I go ahead and getting the workout in, so I don't have to worry about it throughout the day. Summertime's coming up, so early morning run or a morning run, it's just best for your body. Well, I wouldn't say best for the body, but temperature-wise, it's a lot cooler. It feels better, and things of that nature. And I've been doing morning workouts for a while, so I might as well just throw in the runs in the morning with it. Not to say that I haven't been running. I have been running at a consistent rate, regularly and stuff, but I've been starting to kick it up a notch, starting to add a little bit more to it, a little bit more dynamic sprinting, longer runs, things of that nature. Trying to change up my cardio way to where I can, do it in a steady way and stuff. So I've been doing it. I've been doing on lifting days, I only do about 10 minutes just as a warm up, and then on the non-lifting days, I'll kick it up to 20-25 minutes, and then do the sprints, wind sprints, and things like that added with it. Just to help it out, not just to make a monotonous, boring run. So my dilemma has been consistently within. It hasn't been bad when I'm doing the lifting runs, because right after the run I can go do that and then start lifting. But for the long distance ones, it is such a pain to knock off your rhythm, because you have to go use the restroom. And it's been a very consistent thing, and I figured it was just like maybe it's because I just got back from vacation. My insides are my digestive tract is a little off whack, because when you're on vacation, you're enjoying vacation. You don't have to stick with your normal diet. Is what I recommend to people. You enjoy a vacation as much as you want to do, right? The diet will come back if you discipline yourself enough. So it's pretty hot in here when you don't have any airflow coming, and I don't want to mess with you guys during the sound of the wind. But so yeah, we get So yeah, it really sucks, because now I know what I'm going to have to do. I'm going to have to change my workout to do an afternoon run. Well, what does that mean? What does that mean for me? Well, I have to figure out the best time to do it in the afternoon, right? So I eat lunch at around 11:30ish. Is typically when I eat lunch. That's my first meal of the day. I wait until that time, and I'll get a little bit as to why I eat lunch at around 11:30 compared to normal people's 12:30 in a different video. So I eat lunch around 11:30, right? So it's pretty tough, and I get off work at around 5:30ish. So then I get home, I cook supper or dinner for some of you folks, supper or dinner, whatever you want to call it. Then typically it's a little later. I put the baby to bed around 7:30. Luckily, during this time of year, the sun's out for extended periods and stuff like that. But it's hard to run when you just get done eating, right? It is very difficult to run when you just get done eating. So what do you do then? So what do I do then? I want to make sure I at least run at least like an hour and a half after I get done eating. Well, that means I'll have to run during work. It means I have to stay longer during work, or et cetera, et cetera. So I got to figure out what's the best strategy for me going forward that still fits into the lifestyle pretty easy. Now, what I could do, honestly, is before I start cooking dinner, go ahead and get a 40-minute run in, because typically the wife and kid are home by then. So I could easily do that. Who knows? I mean, I'll have to give it some thought and everything. What are you guys' thoughts? Like, when's the best time for you guys to run? I mean, some people like running in the mornings, early mornings. Go ahead, getting out of the way. Cooler. like running in the afternoons when they've had enough water and they're hydrated enough, they're woke up enough, things of that nature. So what do you guys think? What is your preferred time to run? Now, this is a little different from just normal working out, because cardio is a little bit different type of intensity than just lifting weights, especially long distance running, cross country, things of that nature, or dynamic sprinting, cardio, whatever you want to call it, whatever you do for your cardio, getting your heart rate up, not just regular weightlifting. Because I hate to say it, yes, your heart rate does get up when you're weightlifting. Maybe you're doing a little bit of a circuit training of just weight lifts. It's not going to give you the same results as doing a jump rope for 10 minutes straight, or jogging for 20 minutes straight, or doing wind sprints for doing 5 sets of wind sprints, or things of that nature. It's not going to give you the same type of results. It'll get your heart rate up. Yes, it'll help with some blood circulation, but ultimately it's not going to give you the same kind of results as strict, that hardcore cardio that I'm talking about. So, but that's just my personal opinion. I don't know what I'm talking about, right? Whew. Anyways, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the day. I just wanted to ask you guys that question, because it's a very I'm curious about it, because I'm just curious about it. Who knows, right? Who knows? What are you guys' thoughts on it? I mean, it's tough trying to figure out when to, especially somebody who likes to stay in shape, stay regularly in shape. Now, it sucks for me because I also want to be bigger too, but I don't want to lose my tonus. See, I got up to 190 at one point. Now, I know for some of you folks that's not big, but for me that was big, because leaving high school I weighed 145. Throughout my whole entire military aspiration, I was about 160, 165, right around there. I was never built heavy. Of course, I did a lot of cardio, a lot of things of that nature. So when I decided to say, you know what, I'm just gonna bulk up, I just stopped doing cardio. And yeah, it was great, I was able to start lifting more, started, power, started getting more lifts, or started getting more weight to my lifts. But I didn't feel right, ultimately. It just didn't feel good to me to be that weight. So I cut back down. I'm still cutting back down to, I'm trying to get back to 165, right around there. That'd be a perfect weight for me, I think. 165 is not bad for me. But that's just my personal opinion. I mean, some people are like, oh, you gotta get bigger. I don't want to be bigger. I know eventually that when I hit 30s, which is coming up close, everything will slow down and I'll naturally start putting on a little bit more weight, even though I really wouldn't want to. But it is what it is. Can't complain. That's just the body. I have to change up my workout style. That's the beautiful thing about working out, and a lot of people need to start realizing this. See, I've been working out since I was 16 years old, so that's been over a decade. It's over a decade at this point that I've been working out. And from the age of 16 to now, my body has changed a lot. I mean, it has changed. Okay? Like, the dynamics of my body. So I've sustained injuries. I have my metabolism has vastly changed. My diets have changed from being 16 to now. Everything has changed with it, So, and of course I've changed my workout and how I work out routinely. Lifestyle changes. Now I'm married and have a kid. I can't just go to the gym for an hour and a half, 2 hours every single day now. My body can't handle that anymore either, compared to when I was doing wrestling and stuff. So, but it doesn't mean that I can change it to where it fits it and still keep that physique level. That's the beautiful thing. You can keep that physique level. You literally just have to change the mindset of your workout. Change the mindset of how you work out. That's the best thing to do, is constantly keep making adjustments to it. For instance, you do eventually, even if you are a heavy lifter that just likes to lift heavy because back in high school you were a lineman, or you were somebody who did another sport that involved just lifting, and you got into your head that lifting is the best way to stay in shape, and yes, you get all kinds of incredible thick, dense muscle, but you don't get that, but you're looking for a different kind of physique. You're not going to get that, let's say, Doritos type shape just from strictly lifting weights without dieting correctly, things of that nature. So you have to change as time goes on. You have to change your workout methods as time goes on. And I've seen a lot of people never change their workout method as time goes on. I've seen some people at the gym, they're still doing the same kinds of workouts as they were a decade ago when I first started. Now, their body can their body handle it? I don't know. That's for their body to tell them. But they never really changed their workout style, so they've pretty much looked the same. Now, I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but if you're looking to keep or change your physique and stuff, you have to change what your notion is of working out sometimes, okay? If you want to get bigger, and you're used to being in your cross-country runner or soccer player, like I was, then you're going to have to cut down on the cardio a little bit. That's just the cold hard truth. You're going to have to cut it down a little bit. If you want to get slimmer, get toner and stuff, you're gonna have to cut down. You're gonna have to cut down just the powerlifting and go for a little bit more cardio conditioning type workouts. You're just gonna have to change it up a little bit. And it also includes your diet, for Christ's sakes. People think that if you just go to the gym, work out, you can eat and drink whatever you want. That is not how that works either. I would dare to say that as you get older, the percentage of the diet, the importance of the diet starts to increase more and more than what it would be in the past. For instance, make sure everything's all kosher. For instance, let's say when I was 16, I would eat like a son of a bitch. I would eat whenever I want, eat whatever I want, and go to wrestling practice. And I still maintain I would swear that was probably the best shape of my life. About 6% body fat, 145. I was cut and lean as hell, right? Of course, I would go to wrestling practice for like 2.5 hours after school, or do it early in the morning, whenever coach would decide it, and I'd be for like 6 or 7 days out of the week. Then as time went on, my lifestyle started to change, started to adapt, my body started changing. So when I was 16, I would say the percentage of whatever of diet versus exercise was 70% diet and 30% exercise, right? Now, throughout when I was in the military, when I was still pretty active, yeah, I would say that percentage still changed. For instance, when I started hitting 20, I would say about, I started actually becoming heavier around my body in particular, right when I started turning about 21, right around there, probably because of legality of beer. But I started gaining weight around 21, so my diet, so my lifestyle and stuff changed. Yes, I was still exercising a good bit, being in the military, but the percentage ultimately still changed to where it was 70, where it became from 70-30 to 80-20, right? Now that I'm getting older, the percentage is still, for diet is still going up, but the percentage for exercising is still going down. And eventually, in my personal opinion, around 90-ish, or about, not 90-ish, around when I start hitting about 32, in my opinion, this is when I think I'm really going to have to dial down on dieting and stuff. Around 32 is when I'm going to have to really start doing it. Around 32, it's going to be about 90% diet and like 10% exercise. And that's a very big percentage change, and I believe that's going to stay about the same until I hit about 40, 45, things of that nature. Then it start being 95% diet and 5% exercise. And of course, I have to change the style of exercise as to what that percentage is too. For instance, I was doing the wrestling workout at 30% when it was 30%. Because my body can handle it. I was young. bouncing back. When it started going down to 20%, I had to start slowing down a little bit. Now I wasn't doing that. I wouldn't say slowing down in a way of less intensity, but I wouldn't work out as much as I was. Now, granted, in the military, you kind of have no choice but to stay pretty physically active, depending on your MOS and your branch, whatever. But I was still mostly physically active. Physically active a good bit, lots of running, still good powerlifting, but I wasn't doing like the wrestling type workouts and stuff. And then now that I'm on my own, I have to cut back a lot, especially with all the injuries and just joint inflammations and stuff I've been getting. I had to cut back a lot on the weightlifting. And with the injuries I've sustained from the military, where I can't run that much, I've had to cut back a lot on the cardio. So I've had to change up my diet in response to that. Now, that's needless to say, I can't do all that stuff. I just have to lessen it. I can't just do it 5-6 days a week. I have to pick and choose my times, take it easy, not push myself that hard like I was in the past, where I was just trying to beat myself to try beating a certain time or getting a certain time and stuff. It's more along the lines of actually doing the exercise, doing it right, before trying to push yourself well beyond what your body can physically handle. So yeah. Well, anyways, guys, I'm about to get back. I'm about to be here at work, and I just wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about it. It's just changing up, making some lifestyle changes for me. Just so I'm not in constant pain, but I'm also not, physically incapable of doing things I love to do and enjoy. So yeah, I just had to make some changes, and I wanted to share some of these changes with you guys and see what your guys' thoughts are on it and everything is. So if you guys would give me a like, comment, and subscribe, and tell me how terrible I did or how great I did, or if you had a different kind of opinion, let me know. And I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the day, and as always, work hard. Peace.